According to the Center for American Progress, more than half of all Americans live in neighborhoods classified as child care deserts.
That means that daycares are few and far between. Parents really have to work hard to find one that's close by and one that they can afford. NewsCenter's Clay Gordon is here with more on this.
And Clay, more than half of Americans without a daycare nearby is a rather astonishing figure.
Yeah, it definitely is. But the good news here in Maine is it's closer to 23%. Still a big problem, though. Well, having a baby is one of the most exciting experiences in life. And while many soon-to-be parents are focusing on baby showers or gender reveal parties, for many of them, there's something looming unnoticed. It's called the daycare desert, and it could lay waste to a family's budget and push some parents to do something they never thought of doing before, giving up their careers.
They called him Dream Baby at daycare for his first several months.
Elizabeth Valentine is a nurse practitioner. Her husband is a physician's assistant. They live in Portland with their 9.5-month-old son, William. Having a baby didn't throw them.
We started to panic a little bit.
What happened next did.
We started looking for a daycare when I was about 11 weeks pregnant.
What they found is a daycare desert. Nearly 10 months after William was born, they are still on 5 daycare wait lists.
Some people are on 10 wait lists. They're staying home with their kids until they can get into a daycare.
But for Elizabeth, not working is not an option. And check this out. In 2018, the cost of childcare was over $11,000 a year for one infant, according to Maine DHHS. To put it in perspective, tuition for an in-state student taking 15 credit hours at UMaine is a $10 difference, and prices could go up.
They keep raising the minimum wage, which is okay, but small businesses are having a hard time keeping up with it.
Judy DeFelice takes care of 12 children out of her Waterville home. She has 10 additional families on her wait list.
I would never close my daycare. I enjoy it too much. And watching them grow is something that it's hard to put words on.
Maine Children's Alliance has been tracking the daycare desert trend, a drop in Maine, specifically family child care, over the last 10 years. Adding to the child care crunch, some centers can't find or hire workers.
I think actually it may get worse as people are retiring. I'm not sure that we've got the people coming up behind them to take their spots.
An average salary for child care workers, about $24,000 a year.
But it's still a struggle to give them what they are actually worth.
Family Focus cares for about 360 children across Brunswick. The Water Street location could easily have more children, but they can't find enough staff.
So for us, it's trying to make sure that we're giving all the quality services that we need to give, and also still being able to be at a reasonable, affordable rate for parents to actually work.
Even with childcare costs this high,
they aren't charging what it actually costs them. Most businesses can't run that way.
Larson says it will come down to Maine businesses stepping in and supporting the child care field.
It's not just an early childhood education problem. If families can't bring their children to quality programs or programs to watch their children, they can't work.
Well, as for families, the Maine Children's Alliance suggests getting on a wait list as soon as you know you're pregnant and recommend visiting the nonprofit Child Care Resources Incorporated website to search for trustworthy facilities here in Maine. A link, of course, can be found on our website.
Clay, any solutions on the horizon here?
Yeah, the Maine Children's Alliance says it is actually a crisis right now in Maine, but there are a number of things the state could do, including collecting better data about daycares and tax incentives for child care providers. But of course, guys, none of that creates more daycares in Maine.
Right.
Thank you, Clay.
Thank you.